Good morning, folks.
How are you?
Good morning, good morning. Catherine, do you have time for a happy Mother's Day, by the way? Do you have time for a 30-second chat? Okay. Do you ever talk... Oh, thank you. Do you ever talk to Alan Rushbridger by any chance?
Not in recent times.
Okay. I see where he's on the Facebook oversight board, and they've, of course, banned Donald Trump, but they still allow Xi Jinping and Ayatollah Khamenei to be on Facebook. I find it interesting. Anyway, thanks for your time. Bill Thompson for Outside Insiders. I didn't want to intrude. I'm grateful for Catherine for sparing me a moment. I do find it hilarious, if not utterly hypocritical, that Facebook has banned Donald Trump from posting on their site, but they still allow Xi Jinping, the jailer of 1 million Uyghurs, and a leader who is threatening the invasion of Taiwan, and is actively involved in building fortresses in the South China Sea to police who can go through and stop those who they feel can't. He's picked fights with Vietnam and the Philippines, amongst others, but he's allowed to be on Facebook, and Donald Trump isn't. Another interesting thing for me, as far as Alan Rushbridger and The Guardian is concerned, is back in 2013, I attended an event sponsored by the Wheeler Centre in Melbourne, which featured Alan Rushbridger, who was then, I believe, the global editor of The Guardian, based in the UK, and a lady named Catherine Viner, who was also associated with The Guardian UK, and they were in Australia in 2013, I believe, in the early stages of the establishment of The Guardian Australia. The event at the Wheeler Centre back in 2013 was moderated by Sally Warhaft. On the night, there were TV cameras set up to film the event, and it's possible that it was broadcast live on some platforms. But in due course, the video of the event was posted on the Wheeler Centre website. There was general, well-based discussion of global events that were occurring in 2013 and prior. But there was reference to the malign influence of the Murdoch press in various jurisdictions. And they foreshadowed that there would be an opportunity for the audience to ask questions. So I got up and stood in line at one microphone, and there was another microphone on the other side of the room. And I was first in line on my side of the room. And when they opened to questions, I was given the microphone, and I said words to the effect, "Look, thanks for your comments this evening. Can I ask the panellists, Alan and Catherine, if some global, worldwide malevolent influence, like, say, the Murdoch press, could enforce a rule that you, Alan, and you, Catherine, were required to move you and your family to a city in the Middle East, a country in the Middle East, and you were only given three choices, Israel, Saudi Arabia, or Iran. Which of those three would you choose?" And Catherine Viner declined to enter the hypothetical, but Alan Rushbridger was kind enough to reply, and he said probably Israel. And that was the end of the interaction, as far as I can recall. Anyway, at the end of the event, I approached the stage and said to Alan, "Mate, look, thank you very much for answering my question. Can I ask why you gave the answer Israel?" And he said, "Well, I think they have a greater commitment to press freedom." Anyway, a couple of weeks later, I was talking to a friend about this event and said I'd asked a question and the person might be interested in having a look at the video. So we got on the Wheeler Centre website and I found the posted video of the event, which I think lasted for about an hour and a half, including about an hour of the presentation and about half an hour of the question time. And I fast forwarded through the video until the point where question time was commencing. And lo and behold, it turned out that my question and the answers by Alan Rusbridger and Catherine Viner had disappeared from the video. I made some representations to the Wheeler Centre subsequently, and I was told that there had been a technical fault which had resulted in the disappearance of my question and the respondents' answers. I still harbour suspicions that there was concern amongst the Guardianistas that any comment that could be construed as somewhat favourable to Israel just wasn't going to go to air as far as they were concerned. Anyway, that's my Guardian Alan Rusbridger story for today, and that's just on the subject of insiders today. I had sent a couple of tweets to the insiders page, one of which asked whether the insiders panellists or political guest would be asked for their comment on the recent article on the BBC that China's global carbon dioxide emissions are more than the rest of the developed world's emissions put together. And I asked whether they would bring that to the attention of the insiders' audience this morning. And to the best of my knowledge, having seen most of the program while I was waiting, I don't think they mentioned climate change at all this morning. But I regard it as the prime example of the hypocrisy of the Paris Climate Accord fans, that the global champion CO2 emitter was given an additional 10 or 15 years to bring their CO2 emissions down compared to the rest of the developed world, and they've made every benefit to their economy by continuing to, as people say, pollute the atmosphere with carbon dioxide. Bill Thompson for Outside Insiders.